Hi, I'm David Trumley. I'm Assistant Director of Camp Solomon Schechter. I've been here for 14 summers, 13 of those on staff.
Hi, my name is David Schwartz. I've been going to camp now for, I believe, 8 years, and this is my second year on staff.
So my name is Casey Kaplowitz, and this is my 14th year at Camp Solomon Schechter, and my second year on staff.
Camp Solomon Schechter really is my home. I can't imagine spending a summer anywhere else. So the first time I knew I was different was when I was in 6th grade. I didn't have a ton of friends at JDS, but I had 2 close girlfriends. I knew people were starting to get interested in the opposite sex. They were starting talking about which girls they like, which guys they like, and I just wasn't really having any of those feelings.
I definitely recognized, that I was starting to my thoughts were starting to go a certain way, and I wasn't exactly comfortable with the way that they were going. And so, you bury it down. You say, oh, no, what's that? That was weird. I'm sure everybody does that every once in a while,
I had been thinking about it since I was around 14, 15 years old, but it wasn't something that I had openly accepted yet. And that really, for me, made it a struggle to understand how I was feeling and why I was feeling the way I was, because I hadn't accepted it.
When you're in 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th grade and everybody's trying to figure out who they are as a person, a lot of that is related to sexuality. It's like, who am I dating? I'm gonna start dating, I'm gonna start holding hands, and I couldn't share that with other people.
My entire life was, David, you're gonna grow up, you're gonna marry a nice Jewish girl, and I remember once my mom said, and obviously she didn't mean it this way, but it was like, she said, no, you can't be gay. You need to marry a woman, and obviously she didn't know at the time. But it's those kinds of things that just you don't forget. You don't forget.
I grew up in a very different time than I think many kids grow up in now. I just felt ashamed of who I was. I mean, I didn't even know who I was. I was still trying to figure out who I was, and just like everybody at that age, just trying to figure out, who they are, who they like, what their personality is. And when you hear other people around you saying stuff like, that's so gay, or what a fag, or things like that, people don't understand how much that can affect a kid. I mean, it's everything I did. I mean, everything I did, I was conscious of does this make me sound gay? I even at one point really actually recorded and worked on my voice, because I wanted my voice not to have a little, sound gay. It was tough. It was very tough.
So something that was really important to me was the Israel trip that I went on the summer between my junior and senior year, because it was a place that I decided to go without any barriers about myself, and to be myself completely and openly with the people there. And I was there with a few friends from camp, around 5 or 6, but the rest were completely new people that I had never met before. So that experience in and of itself was something that really helped me understand who I was as a person and gave me confidence, I think, which extended itself to my sexuality.
I felt like at camp I could be who I was. I think that if I had only lived at camp, if camp was a full-time thing, that I would have been able to come out way earlier. It was really the outside world that made me feel like I couldn't be who I wanted to be. The rest of the world is so harsh, and I feel like we're in a bubble here where I feel like I can be safe.
All right, so walk us through that moment where you finally overcame that final obstacle, that barrier to let the world know, to publicly come out as yourself to your friends, your family.
The main issue with this question for me is the fact that I actually haven't 100% come out yet to people I know in my family and my friends. I have been selectively revealing it as it came up in conversation or when I felt comfortable. I mean, I'm in a relationship right now with a man, but I haven't specifically written a Facebook post or a public note or explicitly told everyone I knew one by one, I want to tell you something important. This is very important to me. I need some of your time, and sat down and talked with them. I haven't done that. And that's for a lot of reasons, but the fact that I'm doing it here now, I think, is a huge step for me in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I mean, what is what this is that moment. When I asked you that question a second ago, you have now, since I've asked that question, you have crossed that final barrier. How does it feel? Yeah.
It's very, I don't know, it feels like a huge weight's been lifted in a lot of ways, and that's very cliche, but it's true. It is.
For me personally, I can't even describe how much better it got. I mean, I had no idea how much of myself I was hiding. Like, you think of sexuality as such a small part of who you are, but it's integral to everything. I mean, I feel like I didn't have an opportunity to really express who I was as a person. To even say, I know that guy's cute, to have a real honest conversation with my friends, and to be able to go with my friends and just talk about what I'm actually thinking rather than filtering everything through, will this make me sound gay? It's such a burden off my shoulders.
Be strong, because once you just, you know, accept it and hug yourself, like, it gets better. Like, it just gets so much better.